So hi everyone, welcome to another episode. I'm so glad you have joined me. But before I get started, a big shout out to all my new subscribers. Hey, thank you so much. Great to have you on this channel and for journeying with me and all the other subscribers. And to those of you that have always been with me, prayed with me, stood in faith with me, thank you so much. You are so precious. You're on this journey of total miracle, of total healing with me. So today on this episode, I want to talk about the things that put a smile on my face, get me motivated, get me out of bed every day. And so, there's things that I have in this bag of mine, my go-to bag, my pick-me-up bag. I don't know if you've got one of those. And maybe if you're going through challenges in life, if you're going through a diagnosis or life is just hard, you need to create, if you haven't got one already, a pick-me-up bag, right? This is the bag that got all my bits in it that makes me happy, that puts a smile on my face. They're all random things and they probably mean nothing to anybody else, but to Simone, they're pretty special. I mean, they put a smile on my face. They might make me put my game face on, if I'm ready for, going for something challenging. It's what gets me up and what just keeps me going every day. So I'm entitling a pick-me-up bag, and there's lots of stuff in there. And I want to share with you on this episode the things in this bag. Just some of them. Can't give you all my secrets, but just some of the things that's in my pick-me-up bag. So I hope you're ready for this. So let's start. So the first thing is a journal. Something to write some notes on, something to write my thoughts in. So traditionally, I've used my phone, right, to write lots and lots of notes. I've got loads of notes or random scribbles or types, really. But in this season, as I journey through my total healing, my eyesight has been playing up. It's been a challenge. I'm victorious, I know, but every now and then, the screen is just too small or it's too bright. And so I go to my journals. This is a brand new one, but I go to them to write all sorts of things on there. This is not got just pages of my new book. Oh gosh, probably shouldn't have said that, but not pages of my new book, but it's got random things in there, like a shopping list sometimes. And really, definitely in here is thoughts, impressions in my spirit. I think from the time I got saved, sleep has been great, but every now and then the Holy Spirit will definitely impress in my spirit, even in sleep, a phrase, a thought. And I have learned not to just recite them until I wake up. You repeat the word over and over again because you're too tired to wake up and you don't want to forget it. I've learned to wake up and write them down. And write down those impressions in my spirit. I think they're a great read. A couple of years later, you go through them again and you find out what you were thinking, how you were feeling, the impressions of the Holy Spirit. Half completed books, I've got lots of messages, titles in here and lots of messages and thoughts of scripture. And so that's one of the things that's in my pick-me-up bag, a book to write things down, whether that's the shopping or whatever it is, or impressions in my spirit, thoughts for the day. So that's one of the things. So I'm going to put that over there. But that really does help me in my everyday life. It's really a good tool to use. So if you're going to create a pick-me-up bag, make sure you got something like a notebook or a journal or something of that sort in there. Right, so the next thing, right. For those who know me pretty well, you won't be surprised at this. I have packets of tissue in my pick-me-up bag. And so one thing about me is I like tissues. I use them, whether for sticky hands or runny nose. They're really good. So in my pick-me-up bag is lots and lots of tissues. You probably won't see me about without me pulling out a pack of my tissues. And I'll say this, in our house, I'm the tissue monitor. That's toilet rolls. I monitor the toilet rolls, everything, because I make all the shopping lists. So if we've gone down to our last two or so, I start to panic, we're running out of tissues. We need more tissues. And definitely, I've been known to make shops to the supermarket to replenish the tissues when there's 3 left or whatever. So, I am definitely comfortable with lots of packs of tissues at my side. In every bag I have, there's got to be a pack or 2 or 3. They're just in case. And they're not just for me. Someone else might need a tissue, right? So this is something that makes me feel comfortable and just makes me relax. So that's in my pick-me-up bag, lots of tissues. And for those who know me, might be nodding, saying definitely. So the next item is this. It's small and mighty, but it's, I guess, or I'll summarize it as, like an oil paste. And it's used by my husband a lot because as I entered chemo, I got lots of pains before diagnosis, really. And at the first couple of months of diagnosis, the medication I was on caused lots of issues with my limbs, my joints. Everything was hurting. The medication had such great side effects. I had hives. I felt like my body was on fire. Just loads and loads of things I went through, and this little thing was really good. So it's used, we use it to massage my joints, my legs, my hands, my back. It's a great rub, and you need a good rub oil or thing in your pick-me-up bag. So my husband has bought a couple of these. It's an organic thing. It says, ideal for exercise pain. So you get the idea of the joint pains I was experiencing. And the smell is not bad. It's okay. My husband loves the smell, and it's okay. It's pleasant enough, but a really good rub to use on your joints and pain. So that's in my pick-me-up bag. Reach for that you can use yourself or someone who's giving you a massage. Get the kids to help out if your body or back or something is hurting you. So that's one of the things, my new item that I've entered in my pick-me-up bag. So the next item I want to speak about is, my furry friend, the hot water bottle. I will say I'm a new convert to hot water bottles. I haven't really had any growing up. I can't remember having any. But clearly a friend of mine has heard me really talk about how much pain I was in around October time before diagnosis, how I was just in a lot of pain in my stomach area all over. And at that time, they thought I just had acid reflux. The doctor thought gave me a month's supply of medication. And I remember saying to her, the pain isn't going away. I don't know, you're taking it and your acid reflux is under control and I'm still suffering. Nothing has shifted in my body. And she went out and ordered me a hot water bottle, and it arrived at my house, my furry friend. And it was brilliant, it was brilliant for emotional reasons, emotional healing. It didn't take away the pain. And now I know that pain to be the cancer that was spreading in my body. But it was lovely to, hug and hold and to carry around. And so, my husband and I have learned to feel it. And, it's not like hard and bulky. You can see it's like got lots of air pockets in it. And so, even to today, I still use my hot water bottle. It's a great friend, a great comforter, something I just use every now and then. And I just thank her for purchasing my furry friend. If you're someone that's really used to hot water bottles and you're like, you should have had one ages ago, hey, I'm a late bloomer. And to those of you who are still not convinced, it's a good furry friend to have in your pick-me-up bag, I promise you. So that's the hot water bottle that puts a smile on my face, and I have it around. So what's the next thing? Next I want to talk about, this is a word search. So I know you guys are maybe Sudoku fans or chess, various things. I have always loved word searches from as far as I can remember. I remember going to the corner shop, of course, buying lots of sweets, but definitely having, a word search. I love it. I time myself, and I'm still a bit annoyed. I remember many, many years ago, I was a young girl, and I had a new word search, and it was going really well. I went through all the sheets, and there was one word search I couldn't complete. I couldn't find that word. I spent, I think, about 2 months looking for that one word. I was determined. Now, clearly, there was a misprint. Okay, clearly, it couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. There was a misprint. And I don't know about that word, but it still niggles in my head, every now and then. But yeah, I have something to keep the grey cells thinking and ticking over. Maybe you're going through, a treatment, or you're really unwell and you have lots of hours on your own, whether that's in hospital or whether that's at appointments or at home. And maybe the big things are too taxing and they're too much thinking capacity is needed. But a word search is a really good friend. It keeps you entertained, doesn't demand a lot of attention, but it's a really good fun. So that's in my pick-me-up bag, word search. So get something in your bag that you can still do, helps with eye-hand coordination, etc. And just keeps your brain ticking over. If that's Sudoku, sorry, but okay, have a copy of that in your pick-me-up bag. So I'm talking about a bag, my pick-me-up bag that I go to, just keeps me happy, puts a smile on my face, makes me cheerful. Some things can be practical, some things can be just there for emotional support and well-being. Whatever it is, make sure you start with a bag like that and have things in there. So let's go to my next thing. So done that. Okay, we'll go to this, right? It's a cable, but it's my charger cable. And I know whether you're sick or not, right? This is maybe your go-to thing. So this is really great. I take it wherever I'm going, really, to make sure my phone is always charged, my devices are always charged. And it just, makes me happy to know I've got it, know that I won't run out of, battery life. I am one of those people that 95% is clearly too dangerous to be at. So I want it 100% all the time. My husband is the complete opposite, right? He wakes up and his phone's dead. And I'm like, how can you wake up? You've slept all night, but you didn't charge your phone. So yeah, I have these with me all the time to make sure everything is charged. Right, what other things do I have in my pick-me-up bag? Well, yeah, hand sanitizer, just a must, isn't it? So yeah, I love that. That's great to apply. And yeah, I think as we come out of lockdown and various things and the rules are relaxed, I'll always keep a hand gel. At least I won't look odd anymore. If I have this and gloves on, as I used to in the summer, everyone would just think, yeah, she's just, taking good care of herself during COVID. So yeah. Next, we're going to have, look, another box of tissue. I know. So this is probably tissue I keep near my bed. Yeah, I just need that in the car. Definitely have one of these in the car next to my bed, etc. Got to have some tissue. Can't have enough tissue, I promise you. Totally, these are random things that just make me happy. And I need them around me to help me through some challenging days and some good days, yeah? Some days you don't even think about this thing. You don't think about the fact that you're journeying through your healing. And some days you definitely remember it. But whichever day you're having today or you'll have tomorrow, have a pick-me-up bag that has all kinds of bits in it. Things that are silly for you and things that inspire you and motivate you and cheer you up. So the next thing I'm going to talk about that definitely puts a smile on my face and definitely cheers me up is Ferrero Rochers. Now, my friend bought me an exceptionally large, one. I don't think I demolish this size all the time. But actually, lately, I have actually. But not in a day. Probably over a couple of weeks, this will get eaten. I try to do one a day. Right, and go through them. And to be honest, it's usually my husband or my daughter that keeps goading me on to open it. I tend not to open gifts straight away. I like to savor the idea, the thought behind being presented with a gift, no matter how big or how small. And they'll keep pestering me. I have been known to not open. Obviously, I know what the gift is, but use a gift for like many months. it can border onto years if it goes that way. But I enjoy it. I enjoy having things around me. So this is a food item, so this won't stay for years, obviously, or a year. But it's great. It's just good to have something that cheer you up, put a smile on your face. You know, there's certain chocolates and sweets, right? And it might be biscuit for you, I don't know, or a particular tea or drink you like, that you want the house to be calm and quiet. No kids around, no husbands or wives. And you sit down, it's like a whole procession, and you open your box of chocolate or your Ferrero Rocher and you just eat that, and it's just in quietness. Maybe it's just me, but I love those moments. It's just surreal. It's great. So you have your chocolate, your sweet tooth thing, whatever it is that makes you smile, in your pick-me-up bag. And let no one say anything about it either. It's your bag, and you're going to put the stuff in it that means something to you, that cheers you up, that gets you going on those days that are a bit more challenging. So a couple more things. Right, so we have, flip-flops. I love flip-flops. I wear them all the time in my house. And as I was diagnosed and began to think about all of this, and I started treatment, I thought I should prepare a bag for hospital. I wasn't planning to be in hospital. I have no desire to be in hospital, but again, just in case. And I definitely wanted a pair of these in that bag. So that was a hospital bag. But in my pick-me-up bag, I've got some slippers in there because I wear them all the time. I feel relaxed, comfortable in them. And yeah, it's just me. It's just Simone. Some of you like furry friends on your feet. I like a good, solid flip-flop on my feet. So yeah, that's what I've got in my pick-me-up bag. A few more things. Right. So yeah, again, if those that know me will think, yeah, or you think, yeah, I've got that as well. Anyone got Vaseline, right? Need my Vaseline in my pick-me-up bag. Yeah, keep these lips well moisturized, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, that's what I have. And I have to say, if it's not, it's in all my bags as well. And I move them around as I have a couple. And if I go out without my Vaseline, I'm not too pleased. I want my Vaseline. I've been known to go into a supermarket and buy a brand new one because I left one at home. But again, it's something that I need just to use, and I feel comfortable having that around with me. So yeah, that's always in my pick-me-up bag. Let me have some Vaseline to cheer up my day or to go and take the day on. You know, I'm getting dressed, part of my dressing and taking and going into that day, Vaseline's got to be it. Right, so, a few more things. Right, so this, very fancy, I know, Ted Baker, and it's a hand moisturizer, a body moisturizer. And again, in my pick-me-up bag, I have things like this. Smells beautiful, delicious, almost wanting to eat, but having that rubbing on your hands, that scent on your face, it's just beautiful. So I've definitely loved to have some hand moisturizers, some good quality ones to keep my hands nice and soft, feeling moisturized and ready for the day. We have some harsh days, harsh winters. And so, yeah, I love to have great moisturizer. So again, in my pick-me-up bag, you know, body cream moisturizer. And I'm sure some of you have that as well. Just a good moisturizer makes you feel good, right? Just like ready to take on the day. It's a bit like when you have your hair done, you just feel like you're 70 or 80% there when you're getting dressed. Okay, so another thing that I absolutely love, and that's in my pick-me-up bag, is candles. I love the smell of candles. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah. I love it. I love them so much. I tend not to burn them, but I've started burning them. So I love candles. I love the smell of them in my bedroom. And yeah, so this is one that I've got. One's just finished upstairs, so this is the next one that's going to get burnt. I love candles, and I just put them in my pick-me-up bag. Another thing that just makes me feel happy, makes me smile, and just, yeah, makes me feel luxurious, you know. So yeah, I'm a candles lady, so I love candles. Not overly powerful smells, but just something like, you know, This is pomegranate, but vanilla, you know, something rosary. Just love candles. So yeah, in my pick-me-up bag, I have to have a candle. And also, if some of you have seen me on social media, you'll know that this is no surprise to you, a cookbook. So yeah, definitely cooking. I've always loved cooking. And I believe I'm a good cook, actually. And so, as I've said with the girls, and I love cooking, and I cook all the time. And so as I've been at home during this period, I've had more opportunities to explore cooking. Now, I'm not a great master chef, but I'll try a recipe if I see it. I'll have a look at it, watch the videos a number of times, read it, and just go out and have a go. And so, yeah, cooking has been great for me. I always believe it's a great stress release. You know, it just makes me relax. I enjoy the process. And of course, I love that people then eat it and enjoy the outcome. And so, yeah, cooking has been great for me. And maybe for you, you found a hobby in this season if you're journeying through sickness or something else. You know, if you found a hobby like cooking, or it could be anything, walking as I do, find something to be engaged in, something to fill your day is really good if you can. I have many hours now that I'm filling, and so I often fill them by producing some pastries or dinner, usually something for the family to eat and enjoy. And I think finally, final item I've got, I want to share that with you. And I talked about this in a couple of episodes back, really. This is my 10 reasons we love you. And in my dark days video, in the days where I gave the results, I can't remember which one, I was just talking about how my girls motivate me, and they've been a great source of keeping me going. On some days when I'm not sure if I want to keep fighting, they have kept me going. And a couple of years back, for Mother's Day, they bought me this. 10 reasons we love you. Love, Adiola and Remy, with a kiss. And I keep that at the side of my bed, and I'm always motivated. When I'm having some really rough days, I get these out and I look at them, and I'm reminded how deeply loved I am and how I can do this, and I can fight this battle with the grace of God and with the love of my family. So I'm going to read just a couple for you. And yeah, you know, it's just great if someone gets these for you, or, you know, however you are given notes or various things. Maybe it's cards that people give to you. Keep them, those lovely comments, those lovely notes, and read them. So this is one of the cards I'm going to read to you. It says, you are always there to listen to us cry or be dramatic. So they're absolutely right. I'm that shoulder they cry on. And that really just melts my heart to know that they think of me and they identify with me as someone that is there for them as their mom. Oh, this one is a great one. They are random, I promise you. You are the best preacher there is. So my girls motivate me, you know, when I think, you know, should I be in the pulpit? Should I be bringing the word of God? They motivate me to say, Mom, you're called for this thing. You go give that devil a headache. Oh, that's wonderful. Here's another one. So they went on the website and they just came up with these different ones. You are the best wife and mother that anyone could ever ask for. I tell you, when you read that to yourself on a day when the devil thinks he's got you on the ropes, you come back like, I don't know, Mike Tyson, George Foreman, whoever it is, you know, you come back and you just knock him out when you just keep declaring who you are in him. I have a contagious smile, they say, so beautiful. And they talk about you are so selfless. And that's because of the love of God, obviously. Who I am, what I do, it's because of God's love. And he's a selfless God. So they're so wonderful. I'll read just two more for you before I get carried away. Oh, you give us the best advice. My gosh, isn't that beautiful? Oh, that's lovely. That's just so great to hear them say that. And the last one, don't give you all of them. You always cook the best food, especially that breadcrumb chicken. So you must know, I love cooking, by the way, and every now and then on Instagram I'll put up some food I've cooked and tried a new recipe. And so, yeah, I cook. And actually, my daughter at uni, she calls it breadcrumb chicken. It's fried chicken that I do. But yeah, just these are cards that really motivate me, get me going. It puts a smile on my face. And you know, the reality, even if 5 people say I'm not this person, my family speaks this over me. This is their decree over their mother, and I'm loving it. I believe it. I receive it. And you know, every now and then you need things around you just to keep you going, to keep you motivated on your journey of healing. And so I want to just pray this over you, really, and speak this over you. I've spent this episode really speaking about my pick-me-up bag and just stuff that's random to you, but all means something to me. And I got my, you know, thinking of my book, actually, I got it for Christmas present, and it was great. And so for you, I just want to pray and speak over you that whatever you're journeying through, whether that's sickness, whether that's something going on just in life itself, something emotional, family-wise, I just want you to know that there's more for you than those that are against you. I want you to know on your worst days that there are so many people that love you. And if you've never created a pick-me-up bag and you just saw the things I've put in my bag randomly, why don't you create one? You know, why don't you find things that remind you of the joy of the Lord, that brings joy to you as a person, and you know, that really motivates you, gets your game face on, but maybe something that feeds you as well and makes you feel lovely and luxurious. Whatever your need is or whatever you're thinking about, try and create your pick-me-up bag. One thing I've learned in this process is that people are there for you, absolutely, but you're going to have lots of times on your own. And what do you do with those times? So I've learned to enjoy my own company, have things around me that work for me and make me happy. And I pray that's the same for you. I decree over you, actually, whatever you're going through in this season, that you will be assured that God is on your side, that God is fighting for you and you're coming out victorious. I want you to know there's more for you than those that are against you. And when you create things around you and look at the things you have, the blessings, you realize how deeply loved you are. It's the enemy's plan to make us feel isolated, alone. But I want you to look around your home, look around the people, and begin to think and put those things around you that mean so much to you, remind you of who you are in Christ Jesus. Thank you for joining me on this episode. Until next week, have a great week.